The Daily Telly, you're reporting that Conservatives in the New South Wales Liberal Party, James, they've been the ones most hurt by this local council debacle. There's a document going around that says that 56% of people on the right, so the right faction, their forms didn't get lodged, but only 17% of those on the centre-right and 28% of the moderates had their forms miss the lodgement date. What do you make of this?
Well, Peta, this reporting in the Daily Telegraph really just confirms something that a lot of us suspected when news of this whole debacle about not getting Liberal candidates onto the ballot papers for the coming council elections was what was behind it. I mean, you've got people like Don Harwin, infamously moderate faction leaders, all running the New South Wales division. And people were saying from the start, this is going to wind up coming out as something that really hits the right, the Conservatives, much harder than the moderates. And these numbers would seem to suggest it. And it suggests that what we really need is a full-on clear-out of this division. It doesn't mean just Richard Shields falling on his sword. It means Don Harwin, too.
What's concerning here, Gary, is that some of these council seats were seats where there was a Liberal wanting to run who was in strong opposition to wind farms, offshore wind farms or solar panel installations inside country towns. And those are the seats where forms have mysteriously gone astray. So there will be no one speaking out for those who are opposed to all of this development. Now, given the links of some moderates to renewables and companies and lobbyists, look at where Matt Keane is now. This is where I think there's a bit of stench about it all.
There's more than a bit of a stench, and Peter, I won't. People I think should also be put on the list. Poor old Matt Keane gets on there all the time, understandably so. But you're going to find there's a real problem, a disease through the entire Liberal Party along the East Coast anyway, of people who've got a whole bunch of unknown and possibly soon to be declared interests in a lot of things. And this renewables poison is costing Australia an enormous amount. I mean, here in Indonesia, they're burning fuel every day of the week. They're saying, you know, you guys can go into all that climate change stuff. We agree with net zero, but you fill in the forms. We're just going to keep using coal. And so Australia is just looking like a bunch of idiots. But both sides of politics have got to flush out these lefties that are trying to destroy our economy by increasing our cost of living. And I think it's a huge issue. It's a sleeper issue, but it's starting to come awake right now.
Hey, James, New York Times, they seem to have turned on Kamala Harris. And then we hear that, well, they're saying these are the headlines, that they're pretty good. Joy is not a strategy. Trump can win on character. This is from the New York Times. I mean, they are a left-leaning mag, as you know, a newspaper. But she's going to do a debate. Now, we get this confirmation today. She's going to do an interview, CNN interview, but she cannot do it by herself. She needs sort of the comfort rug of her vice president. Now, that worries me. That says everything, that she's not confident by herself, that she needs him, to run deflection? Is that what it's about?
Well, look, I mean, it's more than she's not confident. I don't think her advisors are confident. You know, think about all the times that she's gone out there and not just, you know, word saladed it, but also just said things that were bizarre, like the time she was confronted for never having gone to the southern border, and she said she'd never gone to Europe either as vice president. People were like, what are you talking about? This is a bizarre answer. But, Peta, this interview is fascinating because they've gone with CNN and Dana Bash, very, very friendly softball interview we can expect. And even in those circumstances, as you say, she's got to bring Tim Walz along with her. So I don't think we're going to get much in the way of serious questions about why she's flip-flopped on all her positions. But at least some people in the media, even on the left media, are saying, you know, we fell for the whole thing with Joe Biden where we let you treat us like garbage and don't talk to us. We're not going to fall for that again. We can hope that this keeps up, continues, and strengthens.
Gentlemen, thank you. Enjoy Jakarta. Keep away from the smog. Let them enjoy their coal. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you.